Hey guys, it's Conf Coast is here back at Great Adventure for the third day in a row. It is Saturday, April 6th, and we are here at the park. Doug and Darius will be here. Darius, of course, from Texas, so we'll hang out with them today and we'll see you guys inside the park. We're inside the park, and right away I see new merch, which is pretty surprising from yesterday. I didn't see this yesterday, but we now have the rainbow logo in this style of long sleeve shirt here. They have all different colors, really nice to see. Over here on Dream Street, I don't see any new panels for the timeline over there quite yet, unless they're on the other side. Nope, nothing yet. I imagine probably next weekend we'll see some more. So we're on our way over to El Toro, because that's where the locker is. Then we're gonna go over to Ka. So we did actually see it run despite the fact that it's really windy today, so we'll see what happens. So we wound up riding Ka and Toro. First we went to Toro. They loaded the first train, then they had to take the train off to do some work on it. So we went over to Ka, got 3 rides in on that. And what was really weird was they had 2 trains on and it was running fine. And then right when the line started to build up, they took a train off, which doesn't really make much sense to me, but it was fine. Ka was running good. Then we went over to Toro, which was open, got a ride in on it, and it was great. It looks like Wile E. Coyote is back out on Dream Street. Fountain is all out of whack today. It's really, really windy. It looks like they are actively painting Big Wheel right now. You can see machines are up, and there are painters up there working hard up there. Great to see. So I didn't get to ask these guys how Toro and Ka was. Tom, how were they?
Aside from the fact that we had to wait a little bit to fill the train on both of them, 2 really solid rides.
Good rides. I was really hoping for a rollback on Ka, but it's just never going to happen.
You know I love cold rides. Cold rides, decent lines. It's a little messy waiting for them, but still fun.
And how was Toro, since you haven't ridden it with the new tracking yet?
Toro is nice. If Ace keeps vying for a Toro retrack as an RMC, I think we're going to have to hang him.
I think so. Doug?
I loved Ka. It was always takes it's fast. And El Toro, I love it every time.
Nice. Very fast, as usual.
We're both solid, and then with Toro, with them smoothing it out, it's definitely a nice ride.
Got a great front row ride on Ka, 3 rides, and I got a ride on Toro, running great.
Amazingly enough, I think Barnstormer might actually be open.
Like this up, t-shirts made and everything.
A moment in history.
Barnstormer 2.0.
One of the most elusive credits at Six Flags Great Adventure. Barnstormer. And it may remain the most elusive credit. Oh boy. One of the gate sensors is acting.
One of the Barnstormer commands and feet inside the ride vehicle at all times. Oh man.
And I don't think this is ever meant to be. This is mind-blowing. Wow. Talk about the most elusive credit at Six Flags Great Adventure. All right, let's see. All right.
Hey, the Barnstormer commands
Oh,
inside
boy.
our vehicle at all times. Visual scan. All clear.
All right. Oh boy, there it is.
Woo! Start up in the lane. Good ride. Oh, can you handle backwards? Push up, push up, push up, push up, push up. Now push it up.
No.
Try push up now. I'll be right over.
All right, it's time for us to go get on pick a Jersey Devil. Leave them here.
Yeah, we might have to leave them. So apparently, they got a successful ride on Barnstormer. However, they are now stuck on the ride.
I'll let you out right here. They're on their way. I'm sorry.
We gotta wait for maintenance. This is hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna try one more time before maintenance gets here and not have it.
So we are currently stuck on Barnstormer after our first ever ride on it. Maintenance has arrived to come save the day, so hopefully we'll get out.
Maintenance to the rescue.
Now we have 2 maintenance people.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. You guys. Thanks, guys. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, we did it. We rode Barnstormer, but I think we might be the reason for a new rule that might have just gone into place. They're probably not going to let that many adults ride it once anymore, but I'm really glad I finally got to ride it. How was it?
It was awesome. I enjoyed it. I at least got the experience.
Best ride of the whole park.
I'd say so.
Best ride by far.
That was the most entertaining part of today. I'd venture to say that, like, in the 20 years it's been since I've ridden that, that was probably the best ride I ever had. So
Probably.
the long-awaited return to that, it definitely didn't disappoint.
Darius, you got to watch the
Enjoyed
show.
watching you guys get rescued by maintenance.
Yes, thank you, Six Flags maintenance team. Ace, how was that? You almost forgot your cup.
Phenomenal. You know I'm always great at forgetting things.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
I'm glad to take
We had a
part in
blast.
your
It was a damn near circus. It was fun.
So after we had our fun at Barnstormer, we went and rode Jersey Devil once. Then we went and rode Nitro once. Both were great. Pretty much no lines. It's kind of weird that today is so much less crowded than yesterday, even though today's a Saturday, yesterday was a Friday. But great nonetheless, Tom. How was that?
Oh God, when we ride in that span,
Devil and
Barnstormer,
Nitro.
Devil, Nitro. It was all good. It was good.
Good. It was great. Double was good. Nitro was good. Awesome. It was great. Nitro was fun. Good, except for the braking caught me at the end.
And Darius?
Nitro's always live.
And how about Devil?
Devil was actually shockingly fast today for it to be such a cold day.
It is freezing out.
It is freezing.
So we've convinced Ace to try on the Batman mask they sell over here in Gotham City Gifts.
This thing is small.
You gotta pull it down.
This thing is so tight.
Oh, I can't get it over my eyes. There we go.
So now we're gonna go ride Batman. Just rode Batman not once, but twice actually. Not something I do very often, but the row was open, so I figured I'd give it a re-ride, and it was great. Now we're gonna go for a ride on Dark Knight. This park seems to be walk-on city today, no line for anything. Just did Dark Knight, which was great, and like I said, last time I rode it, they added a lot more lights inside the building, so I don't know. I personally am not a huge fan of that. I know some others like it. I just feel like it was a little better when it was darker, but you can see some more of the theming elements, which is nice. Something interesting we've noticed down here in Metropolis with both Justice League and Wonder Woman is that the lines down here are very short, much shorter than usual. Wonder Woman has been like a walk-on consistently, or a very short wait, like one cycle usually. That's definitely because this path here is closed. You have to walk pretty far to get all the way back here now, kind of like how it was back in 2017. So I'd imagine that Justice League and Wonder Woman probably won't have super long lines until Flash opens and this path reopens. So get your rides in now, because I imagine once Cyborg and Flash are back open, that these rides are gonna all be mobbed. Here's car 1 scores. I did the best, but my hand is still killing me because the triggers are pretty stiff. And here's car 2. Ace did terrible. My dad did wind up winning out of all of us. Pretty good scores. Just got off Justice League. Like I said, my blaster's trigger was pretty stiff. If anyone from the park is watching this, I know I've said this numerous times, I really wish there'd be a rapid fire feature where you don't have to keep spamming the trigger and you can just hold it down. That way, for one, you're not killing your wrist from constantly spamming it, and you cut down on maintenance costs because the triggers won't go bad as often. But otherwise, it's always a fun ride. Now we're gonna go on Skyscreamer again. Darius, Doug, and company have all left us, so it's just myself, Ace, Tom, and my dad. So we're just probably just gonna walk around a little bit. Not sure what else we're gonna ride. It is really cold here. The wind is no joke, so we'll see what we wind up doing. So now we're gonna try to ride the safari. The line might be closed by now because they usually close at some time between 3 and 4, so I guess we'll have to see. Safari doesn't close until 4 o'clock, so we're gonna take our first ride of the season on it. It is definitely not a short ride, so be prepared for that. We got a zebra over here in the queue line, and like I said in the previous vlog, that is where they also have the photo ops, but they don't really have the photographers out anymore. While I'm waiting in line here for the safari, you can see a lot of different tapes on the live from there. There's pink, there's orange, a whole bunch of different stuff, so looks like they definitely have a lot they're gonna do in the live from. Looks like they just put out a sign that the safari will be closing. We have made it on the truck.
I think we can do a little bit better than that. I said, who's ready to see some animals today?
Yeah!
It's gonna be George. Everybody say hi to George.
Hey, George.
Just a quick downhill spin on the road on our way. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened at all times. Now we are gonna be in like this bird, known as a snack of the bed. Over on our right, we will have our Asian water buffalo and our Bruce. Used now Asian water buffalo is also used in some countries. Their milk is used a little bit taller than that figure. Lots of fish that's sweating. Tried to originally domesticated. Over here on our right, we will have our reticulated cow. Their giraffes can get up to 18 feet tall. Females can get up to 16 feet. These giraffes have 7 vertebrae in their necks, just like humans do. Now, what they're going to do mama who didn't know how to mama, so we're that stuff. Population by 1%.
So we just got off safari. I'll talk about it in a second. First, I just want to take a look at this side of log flume, which you're not normally able to see. So looks like all the trough down here is pretty much in place. And we're noticing as we came back from the safari and over here, there's a lot of trees that are tagged with pink and blue mark out. You can see them back there, sort of. You can see them better from the safari. And there's a bunch over here as well, all the way up against the lake over there.
And as we pull into the station, we just ask that you remain seated until
You can very faintly see there's some over there. There's one right there. And they just keep going along. So as of now, we are expecting that this will be the location of Great Adventure's next coaster after Flash. We're just gonna have to wait and see though, but seeing all this mark out back here is definitely a promising sign. And now that Safari Off-Road Adventure is back, I imagine they probably want to clean up this area over here just to get rid of the arena. So adding a huge coaster is definitely the way to do it. You can see over here on Log Flume as well, there's new supports welded on here. They dug into the footers there and they got all new stuff. So they are not messing around with this refurbishment of Log Flume. even more trees tagged over here as well as we're making our way back towards Best of the West. They're everywhere. So many of them. Hopefully this winds up being our first update on Project 2025 for Great Adventure. And over here we got a good look at the queue for Safari Off-Road Adventure. Some theming in the queue, of course, all these TVs with pretty loud audio actually. You got a map over there of the entire course. And of course we got great views over here of Log Flume. It looks like the mark out that we saw kind of stops right here at Log Flume. So whatever it is gonna stay on that side of Log Flume. But right here we have the map. And if you couldn't tell from the actual tour of the safari, you don't go through the entirety. You miss Baboon Village and a part of, I believe, Wild Plains when you enter from the Frontier Station. But if you go in from the base camp, you get the entire tour. It's a little bit longer. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And down here, this is all blocked off, the underside of Best of the West. Curious if this is going to reopen once Log Flume comes back, but you can see there, pretty much just storage right now, some extra stuff they have, but I would love to see the backside of Best of the West return one day. So that was all of our first times on Safari Off-Road Adventure since probably 2019 or earlier. How was it, Tom?
Yeah, I definitely haven't experienced that in a long time. It was nice to get back on the truck. It was also nice to have the experience in the last few years of driving myself through, but I think
duck under real quick. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Now closed. Ace, how was the safari?
I've experienced it in almost 10 years, and let me tell you, my favorite part has always been the tigers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dad?
I always love the safari here. It's great to get back on there. It's kind of a toss-up. I don't know if I like driving through myself better or actually the safari trucks. I don't know.
And we also have this new sign right here, welcome to Best of the West. But yeah, no, I definitely think that the off-road adventure experience is a different feel than when you go through your drive-through. I think, honestly, I think the trucks are a little better to experience. You get a more personal experience, and shout out to Justin and George. Justin was our tour guide, and George was our driver. They did a great job, especially because we're one of the last trucks of the day. We weren't really planning on doing the safari today, but it was a nice little surprise. It was only about half an hour. Like I said, the Frontier Station is a bit of a shorter ride, so later on in the season, we're definitely going to film the entirety of the safari when we board from the base camp, since you get more of a full tour from there. But do not miss out on the safari. Probably one of the best, if not the best, in-park safari out of all the parks that have them. And there's only a couple. It's Animal Kingdom, Busch Tampa, and here. And I really like this one a lot. And I pointed this out earlier, but they have put up a sign out here now all the way by Medusa to let you know the safari's closed. And it looks like Best of the West does close with the safari, which makes sense. I imagine later on in the season, once Mine Train and Log Flume open back up and you can walk through Frontier Adventures, they'll probably keep Best of the West open all the time. And that's probably also when it's going to get more crowded, because lately there's been pretty much no line in there since most people aren't walking all the way back here. Now, of course, it has been very cold today, so now that we did the safari, we're probably going to go get some food and get out of here. It looks like Toro is actually running pretty quick, though. They are still on one train on Toro. They had two on Kai, like I said, took one off. They are still on one on Nitro, two on Devil, one on Batman, one on Medusa. And then they got plenty running on Dark Knight, and I think they have 3 going on Joker. So it's definitely getting better, but I'm sure as the season progresses, hopefully in the next couple of weekends or so, we will see multiple train operations come to rides like Toro and Nitro. I didn't mention this by the safari, but they have new poop hats over here by Toro. They have the sloth, and over by the safari they were selling giraffe poop hats. So in addition to the bull ones over here, and if I remember correctly, they do have devil ones for Jersey Devil. So really cool to see them diversifying some of the merch. You can see the fountain, especially right now, blowing all out of whack because of the wind. Shout out to Johnny Rockets. They have a ton of staff, so no line in here at all. They're way ahead, and we got ourselves some milkshakes. So great way to end the day. I know you might be wondering why I got a milkshake on a freezing cold day, but it's the best way to get a snack here. With Daffy and Bugs over here in front of the fountain, that is going to conclude our day here at Six Flags Great Adventure. It was great hanging out with Darius, Doug, and everybody else. It was a great day, and for whatever reason, much less crowded than yesterday, even though today is a Saturday, so I can't explain that, but hey, I guess it was the weather. But great day. Tom, how was it today?
Today, of my 4 visits, this was the healthiest ride count I had. But like I always say, do for the people. It was great to see Darius, Doug, and the crew. Had a great day. I hope more days like this.
Ace?
Yeah, it was a great day hanging out with you guys and enjoying the food. Had the best eating day of the season. And I'll be back probably next Saturday or Sunday.
Dad?
Had a great day hanging out with everybody, and crowds were really minimal today. Great to get out, back on a safari. Had a great day overall.
I'd say so. But before I end out the vlog, I do want to show you guys a couple things we saw from outside the park. For starters, we took a look over the fence next to the exit bathrooms to get a really good look at the footers for Flash, and you can see this is pretty much the only area they have left to finish up the footers. And once this area is done, I imagine they'll probably start going vertical. Hopefully that is soon. Over here in the back of the parking lot, through the fence, if this camera would focus, you can actually see Skyway cars. They're kind of just sitting back here. I don't know why they are back here. Of course, this won't focus, but they are back here. There we go. All the M&Ms sitting back here. It's kind of like behind the catering area. Crazy. Here's another look at them. Kind of weird to see them kind of just like tossed back here, but there they are. There's Wonder Woman in the background. But with that being said, guys, that's going to conclude today's video from Six Flags Great Adventure. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon to Hollywood Studios. Goodbye, guys.